All right, we're live. Welcome to the stream. It is May 16th, 2026, 5:33 p.m. is the time, and we're finally live. I ran into some issues trying to get my HOTUS controller to work because I don't know, the game wasn't recognizing it. Last time I played IL-2 Sturmovik, this was very plug and play. Like, I could just plug in my controller and the game recognized it, mapped everything out, and it worked great. But for some reason, it wasn't working. And now it's working. So, we are going to get started here in a moment. For those that haven't played IL-2 Sturmovik, it's kind of like World War II DCS. I wouldn't say that it's as difficult as DCS. DCS is really complicated, isn't it? I think IL-2 Sturmovik is a little simpler. That's for sure. So I decided I would play this today. I don't know. I felt like playing it. I thought it would be kind of fun to do something a little bit different. So we are going to see what we can get into today. What do we got? Battle of Moscow, Battle of Stalingrad, Battle of the Rhineland, Liberation of Odessa, Battle of Kuban, Western Front. So yeah, this game has a World War I campaign. I haven't played it. I played the Battle of Moscow. I played Stalingrad. Have not played the Battle of Leningrad. But today I figured we would try the Battle of Normandy. I bought this on a sale months ago, and well, actually I say months ago, but the last time I played this game was in 2024, so more like 2 years ago. And I never actually got around to playing it, so I thought it would be kind of fun to try that one today. Germany, USA, or Great Britain. Ooh, we have 3 different places that we can play. Okay, you know what, why don't we try Britain for this one? Somebody's car is breaking down outside. Okay, that's great. Wow, look at this. So, the cool thing about IL-2 Sturmovik is that the campaigns are never the same. You can play as a whole bunch of different squadrons, and so, like, every campaign that you play in this game can be different. You could play as a fighter squadron, you know, flying the Spitfire, for example. You could be a bomber squadron. You could be a troop transport squadron, you know, transporting troops. Let's see what we can find here. Polish. Ooh. Could be fun. Yeah, see, like, for example, they got this squadron here where you could fly the Mosquito. I don't know what we should join. Canadian Air Force. Ooh. Ram Royal Canadian Air Force. Okay. Let's see. The Falcon. The Falcon actually sounds like it would be kind of fun. What is, where do I see information about this? Okay, so they just fly the Spitfire. Okay. And it's going to be May 15th, 1944. Okay. Oh, look at that. All right. Well, ooh, Royal Canadian Falcon. You know what? Why don't we be Canadian? We'll be Canadian for this one. All right, there I am. My name is Eugene Corley. You know what? I'm going to name myself... I'm going to name myself Mateo Corley. There we go. I was born in 1924. East End lad. For the brave RAF pilots that fought in the Battle of Britain, the fall of 1940, represented a gradual easing of the intense conflict that had been their baptism of fire. The Luftwaffe had been seen off, and the once daily daytime bombing raids had slowed down to a trickle. For the people of London, the raids of 1940 were only the beginning. Mateo Corley grew up as poor as a church mouse on the London's east side, and had never been outside the city when the first bombs fell on his neighborhood. The war had been on everyone's lips for a long time, but it had all seemed so far away to the young men. Within a matter of months, he had gone from the standard privatizations of poverty to an additional intense terror of the nighttime bombing raids. Insufficient shelter space near the home he lived in with his parents and 2 sisters, meant that they took refuge where they could. sometimes in the tube stations, packed cheek by jowl with thousands of other anxious Londoners. The Blitz left his neighborhood devastated, destroyed buildings, spilled rubble onto the road. The rows of tenements, like snaggle-tooth boxer's smile. Sorry, let me try that again. Destroyed buildings and spilled rubble. Oh, sorry. No. Destroyed buildings, spilled rubble onto the road. The rows of tenements, like a snaggle-tooth boxer's smile. Okay. Terror quickly turned into rage and frustration as he cowered helplessly under the relentless nighttime bombing of the Luftwaffe. With the vaunted RAF apparently unable to effectively stop it, his old haunts were cratered, burned, or simply showered with the shell fragments from the thousands of flak shells bursting high above the night. Mateo had never been a patriot in the strictest sense, but the attacks on his home and the deaths of those he knew and loved were enough to light a fire inside of him. At his Mateo can't speak English. At his earliest opportunity, he enlisted in the RAF, hoping in some way to strike back at those that had shattered his home city. He had been surprised. Okay. He had been surprised when he was selected. I don't know if I'm going to read all this. It's kind of a little bit. You know what? Maybe I could. Mateo was surprised as everyone when he was selected to be a pilot, and he was even more surprised when he was almost immediately shipped to Canada for training. The Atlantic crossing was brutal, and the seasickness alone nearly killed him. On many days, he'd wish it had. Arriving at Halifax, he was unprepared for the sheer scale of the country he found himself in. Okay, it did say to Canada. As he was bundled in a train with dozens of others destined for points farther west, spending hours moving through the vast countryside, Mateo Corley got his first taste of the wilderness, staring out of the window of the train at the huge forests and fields that stretched at times to the horizon. Towns were hours or even days apart by train, and when he had previously considered the far side of London to be a bit trek. Oh. My dyslexia is just ruining me. Towns were hours or even days apart by train when he had previously... Okay, this is like... either my dyslexia is getting to me or this is just worded really weird. Towns were hours or even days apart by train when he had previously considered the far side of London to be a bit of a trek. Okay. There's something wrong with that sentence, and my brain is like not catching. There's something weird with that sentence. With his horizon suitably broadened, he found himself besieged by a month of theory in flight navigation and other necessities in Regina, Saskatchewan. No, I know this word. No, I'm not even going to try it. Whatever. I know the word, and my mouth is like, no, you're not going to do it. Mateo struggled, just like he's struggling with English. But with the help of other students and some thoughtful instructors, he found that he had a knack for math that served him well. Though he knew he would never love academic pursuits, after the oppressive theory training came his first flights in a Tiger Moth, high above the prairies in Prince Albert. If the world had seemed large before, now it seemed endless. The horizon was no limit at all, and as soon as he landed, he wanted to go up again. The intensive training program continued, and he found himself piloting progressively faster and faster craft. But he was tired of training and itching to get into the fight. He grew to fear that the war would be over before he got there. Finally, he completed operational training in Quebec and was shipped back home. A mere week of leave was all that was allowed for him to reconnect with his friends and family in London before he was sent to his first combat posting as a flight sergeant on the continent. At the age of 19, Mateo Corley set foot on the European continent for the first time, moved as quickly as the strained Allied logistics would allow to his frontline squadron. Within days, he would face the Hun in the skies over northwestern Europe and finally get a chance to strike back at the foe that had mauled his home city so bad. All right, so that is us. Command of our unit. So, command of our unit, we will eventually become the leader of our squadron. Or at least, we could become the leader of our squadron eventually. I'm going to say by appointment. That way, we don't start off at the top at the beginning. Because I think it's more fun that way. I think it's more fun to start. And also, I don't think I'm leadership material. Alright, let's finish. So, that is us. My name is Mateo Corley.
Allied leaders had been gearing up for the invasion of German-occupied France for over 2 years. Allied operations to soften up the Axis southern flank in North Africa, Sicily, and Italy had slowed preparations in the build-up for the retaking of France. However, these operations, including the disastrous raid at Dieppe and the operations in the Pacific, allowed the Allies to gain valuable experience in amphibious landings and develop effective combat tactics. The time to take back France had finally come by June 1944. Command of the invasion was given to U.S. General Dwight D. Eisenhower. The Germans had built what they called the Atlantic Wall, which was a series of fortifications all along the French coastline facing England, and the Allies employed many deceptions to try and keep the actual landing beaches secret. The Allied deception was aimed at making the Germans think they would land in the Pas-de-Calais area, not Normandy. One example of this deception was that Allied aircraft flew many more missions over the Calais area than Normandy in the months prior to the invasion. Air support for the invasion was carried out by the British 2nd Tactical Air Force and the American 9th Air Force stationed in southern England. During the weeks leading up to the invasion, these units would attack targets including rail yards, vehicles, airfields, radar installations, and communications all throughout northwestern France. They would also strive to destroy any Luftwaffe aircraft that could pose a threat to the invasion force. Preparations for the invasion, codenamed Operation Overlord, were completed by the end of May 1944. Due to poor weather, the invasion was postponed from the 5th of June to the 6th. This became D-Day, the Allied invasion of Normandy.
Okay. Welcome to the 412th Squadron, Royal Canadian Air Force Flight Sergeant. Since this is your first day here, take some time to study the personnel roster, familiarize yourself with how things work around here. When you're ready to get started, click on Next Day to continue. Okay. The latest newspaper has arrived. All right, let's read it. There's me, Mateo-Tube, of the Royal Canadian Air Force. All right, Unit HQ. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to take some time just to kind of look around. The 412th Squadron of the Royal Canadian Air Force was the Article 15 Squadron, formed on June 30th, 1941 at Digby, England. The squadron was one of 44 such units formed on June 30th, 1941 at Digby, England. The squadron, I already read that. Sorry, no, let me try that again. The squadron was one of 44 such units formed from the Canadian personnel for service overseas with the British Royal Air Force. Equipped initially with Spitfire Mk2As, the squadron became operational on the 30th of August, 1941. Might have to turn this music down. Oh, I really hope I don't. Hold on. I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. Because I feel like it might be just a little bit on the loud side. Perhaps it's not on the loud side, but I just feel like it is. All right. Wait, where was I? Come on. Let's load back in. Proceed. All right, let's take a look at the unit HQ. That's what we were looking at before. It's going to take a second to load. All right. So Squadron is the first. Squadron flew its first fighter sweep over France on the 21st of September, 1941, and it was subsequently engaged in both offensive and defensive operations during this time. It was not until the following month, on October 13th, that the squadron claimed its first victory. A Bf-109 shot over the channel during October. Okay. Spitfires replaced the MKVB Spitfires replaced the Mk2 Alphas. On the 11th of November, pilot officer John Gillespie Maggie Jr. was killed in an accidental mid-air collision, having joined the 412th Squadron in September. Maggie was most famous for his oft-quoted Sonnet High Flight. Okay. Preparation for June 1944, the squadron escorted bombers, flew ground missions against the enemy communications, and V-1 launch sites in France. Oh, that's cool. Following the breakout from France, 412 followed the Allied armies into the Low Countries, flying fighter sweeps over Germany, as well as maintaining defensive patrols over Belgium and Netherlands. Cool. The 412th continued flying ground attack and armed reconnaissance missions over Germany until the end of the war, flying its last sortie on May 3rd from Wunstorf, Germany, following the end of the war. Squadron remained in Germany as part of the British Air Force operations of occupation, was subsequently disbanded on March 15th, 1946. All right, so here is the kind of group that we've got. These are all the pilots. We've got our commanders. We've got Bruce Jenkins, Frederick Namis, Godfrey Wilkes, Ewan Dawn, Robert Ballantine, I think that's Ballantine, Wilfred Harrison, Tom Hetherington, Brian Lalonde, Hassel Dundas, Adrian Chipman, Barry Rownley, Brendan Brown, Derek Mickniff, Dudley Meach, and Guy Birdsall, and then, of course, Mateo Corley. So there we go. And I think I am probably the newest guy here. So this is like the leaderboard. You can potentially become an ace pilot as you go through your campaign, and if you become an ace pilot, your name will show up here. So that's kind of neat. All right, yeah, so here we go. Some of these pilots are very experienced. However, it looks like Dudley has only flown for 2 hours. Yeah, so I'm the newest guy here. Dudley has flown one sortie, it looks like. And he's also relatively new. Meanwhile, you've got this guy that's flown 152 hours. He's shot down 4 aircrafts, 2 Marine, 1 building, and an armament, a cannon. Okay. Wow, cool. All right, planning room. Sentinel and barracks. Okay, yep, we already read that. So that's the headquarters. Here's the war map. Is this might be all the map? Well, it does say Battle of Normandy, so we're technically not going to follow them. We're not going to follow this group all the way into victory. This is just the Normandy campaign. I kind of forgot that a little bit. Allied aerial assaults at its peak. RAF batters Berlin as the United States Army Air Force pounds airfield. Okay. Gentile quits combat flying, he tells friend. Captain Don as Gentile, American's top European fighter ace, may have trained his deadly Mustang guns on Black Cross-marked fighters miles across Europe for the last time. The Piqua, Ohio plane killer has been released from hospital where he was treated for crash landing shock. It was disclosed today, but Gentile told friends just before he took off on the flight in which he was injured that it'd be his last fighter mission. Okay. He's long since passed his second quota of missions. Number of missions making it the quota varies in different theaters, and censorship does not permit it to be disclosed. Okay. With his departure, the field is left open for Captain Robert Johnson of Lawton, Oklahoma, who already has 25 planes shot down in combat. Johnson, a Thunderbolt pilot, got his 24th and 25th planes yesterday. Gentile had hoped to add 3 Germans to his list of 30 to 23 shot down in combat and 7 destroyed on the ground. Okay. Heads up, boss, you're very quiet. We can't hear you at all. I'm quiet? La 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 la. Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had someone come to the door right as I was doing audio. Sock, if you can't hear me, refresh. I just did an audio check, and I can hear myself loud and clear on my end. All right, where were we at? So we were reading this. Captain G.A. Malin, friend said today that he would probably have topped Malin's record had 3 German fighters lined up just like sitting ducks. But he broke off and helped a companion who was in trouble with a German on his tail when he was forced into evasive action by 2 German fighters who got on his tail. Colleagues said Gentile was retiring from combat at the top of his efficiency. One friend explained that Gentile figures he should be satisfied with breaking Rickenbacher's record. Mikey, welcome in. One friend explained he figured that he should be satisfied with breaking Rickenbacker's record. Others are now crowding the mark, and it is inevitable that his record will be broken. He would just be crowding the percentages by continuing. All right. Mosquitoes bombarded Berlin last night, probably with 2-ton. You're sorry you're late. You just had trouble seeing some things. You were only getting 20, 30 FPS, even though you have the highest NPC. Okay, yeah. Mosquitoes bombarded last night, probably with 2-ton blockbusters and American Thunderbolt fighter bombers, made it into a spectacular attack on a German airfield in northeastern France today, in a crackling climax to a historic week-long 2-way Allied aerial assault on the Axis continental targets, vital to the defense of the Western Front. These sharp blows on any advice for low FPS, restart your computer maybe? That might be the only advice that I could give you. Restart your computer. It could be something with your airplane too, whichever airplane that you're flying. I don't know if you already restarted your computer, but sometimes just restarting it helps. Because it could be something else is going on, you know? All right, these sharp blows on a relatively minor scale marked the tapering off of a great offensive that began on April 8th, which dealt crippling blows to at least 13 German aircraft factories, 17 airfields, and 14 railroad centers. I should get like a voice. I need to read this with like a news voice. These sharp blows on a relatively minor scale marked the tapering off of a great offensive that began on April 8th, which dealt crippling blows to at least 13 German aircraft factories, 17 airfields, and 14 railroad centers, figuring prominently in the Germans prominently. Oh, there's something really weird with that sentence too. Railroad centers figuring prominently in the Germans' preparations, blah, 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 blah. Checks for the stuff. Yep. Both German and Hungarian radio broadcasts tonight also reported nuisance raiders over Hungary, Southeast Germany, and Slovakia. Thunderbolts swooped out of the cloud bank over the airfield in France so suddenly. I just lost my accent. Okay. I was going to say let's do like an old school like radio voice, but that just completely derailed. It's over the airfields in France so suddenly today they caught about 50 aircraft on the ground, raked them almost at leisure, destroying a full score. Huge fires were set in the installations as bombs burst among the German planes. The raid was made without loss to the Allies. Last night, the swift British plywood mosquitoes, which were striking the German capital for the first time since March 24th, also hit objectives in western Germany. Did I just hear something? Something just disconnect? Okay, I don't think anything disconnected. Mosquitoes, which were striking the German capital for the first time since March 24th, also hit the objectives in western Germany. In the week's great offensive, equaled only by the assaults on the German aircraft industry from February 19th through February 26th, earlier this year, more than 15,000 tons of bombs were dropped, and the Germans lost more than 700 aircraft destroyed or damaged. The latest compilation shows that American and British aerial gunners shot at least 591 enemy airplanes from the sky, an average of almost 100 a day. The significance of these figures is apparent when it is recalled an RAF commentator reported 2 days ago that the German air forces have been able to increase its frontline fighter strength by only 250 planes since last November. Many of the Germans' most important sources of Messerschmitt and Focke-Wulf planes lie in ruins, and with a 700 plane chunk bitten out of its force, the German air arm arm finds itself called on to defend German territory from repeated sledgehammer attacks from the growing Allied forces operating from Britain and Italy. In the 6 days from April 8th through April 13th, Allied forces flew more than 11,000 sorties with over 6,000 heavy bombers participating. Okay, the offensive costed 206 American heavy bombers, 42 British bombers, and most of them heavies, and at least 65 American fighters. Okay. Soviets sink 4 troops in Dunkirk. Troop ships in Dunkirk at Sevastopol. Ooh, okay. British battles to save the Imphal supply route. Okay. Some of that stuff's not readable. Okay, so there we go. We've read the news. This news changes every couple days, so it's a nice thing to kind of read this once in a while. All right, let's go to the next day. We don't have anything that we're doing today. A new day begins. Yeah, that's fair. You're going to install FS20, see if that's better. Since everything is already downloaded, as a cloud-based game, so maybe that's the case. Maybe. I found that 2020, like even after I built my new computer, 2020 has never run as smooth as 2024 does. Air operations were suspended from April 16th, 1944 to the 18th of May, 1944. Okay, look, day, month, year, the thing that Mateo is so used to reading. Sidebar, I have a really funny story about going to the grocery store. So because I work with so many Europeans, I am naturally used to reading day, month, year. I went to the grocery store with my grandmother because I had to take her there. I had to drive her there. And I was looking at this milk, and I was like, oh my god, this milk expired like 2 months ago. Because it said like 5/3, it said like 5/3, 2024 or whatever. This had to be like 2 years ago. And it said like 5/3, 2024. And I was like, oh my gosh, this expired on March 5th. Like this thing's been expired for a month. And then I realized that no, we're in the United States. It's month, day, year. This milk expires on May 3rd, not the 5th of March. Possible to enter free to walk around while you're flying? No, unfortunately. I wish it was, but no, unfortunately you can't. You can move your camera around, though. You can move your camera around, and that's kind of like walking around. You have noticed your frame rate in 2024 was better than ever was in 2020? Yep. Did you see your DM about the Airbus emergency land systems? I did see that, yes. So, I'll have to show you my settings, Sock. I've changed a lot of my camera settings because I noticed that you were mentioning that the settings in 2024 for the cameras were all jank. It's a real FPS hog? Yeah. But I'll have to show you some of my settings because I've changed the camera settings to make it easier. The camera system is dog. I changed my controls around, and it's not so dog anymore. All right, 18th of April, 1944, the 412th Squadron. Weather, clouds 990 meters. Clouds are at 990. Temperature is 8 Celsius, barometer 7. Okay, cool. Mateo Corley has been reported the RAF pilot's badge. Look at that. I haven't even flown yet, and I already have a medal. Strength was reinforced by 4 additional Spitfighters. Look at that. Look at that. Cool. All right. So what do we got here? Planning room. At least you got to keep your 350 in 2020. Oh, is it also for 2020? Did we get anybody new today? It doesn't look like we have anybody new in the squadron. I am still the new inexperienced, not unexperienced, Mateo. Inexperienced. Oh, so you got to keep your, A330. Okay. No A330? Yeah. All right, let's see what we got today. Look at this. People have been awarded stuff. Okay, I've got a mission today. I've got 2 missions today. Bomb Railway Junction. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll just keep the default paint scheme. Okay, so I've got a mission. We are going with our commander, Merrill Wheatley, to bomb a railway junction. And then later tonight, we are actually going to be escorting bombers. You're thinking about getting the Phoenix A320 family for your birthday since it's coming up in a few weeks? I definitely recommend it. The Phoenix A320 is great. And I will definitely be flying it in on-air. So... As for when I'm gonna fly it on stream, I'm not too sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do when flight sim next. We'll have to see. You had the Phoenix since it first came out. You're flying it right now. Nice. All right, let's go. Our first mission. Let's do this. 32 minutes. It's excellent. Probably the best Airbus in the game. Yep. But today we are flying a Spitfire. All right, I'm gonna have to get used to the way my controls are, because right now they're sitting on top of my like Chromebook that I have. So I've got my HOTAS sitting on top of my yoke, because I was too I don't want to like dismantle everything. It's like a diet fighter pilot setup. Diet fighter pilot setup. That's what I meant to say. Mateo, you've got Lizdexia going on, especially for the price when you consider that the TOLUS and X-Plane is just as good and nearly 4 times the price. Yep. I have the TOLUS. I flew it a couple times in X-Plane. I'd have to try and find it. Maybe we'll have to do an X-Plane stream. X-Plane 11 stream. I'll have to revisit it. All right, so there we go. There's the flight plan. We're basically going down here. We're going to bomb, looks like this railway yard that's right here, and then we're going to fly home. Okay, I have bombs. Okay, we're carrying a bomb. You're patiently waiting for Phoenix to add the Neos. Are they going to add the Neos? That'd be fun. Ooh, all right. Mirrors. Oh, we have a mirror on this. Look at that. Fortunately, you have to go. You just want to stop. You also came back from a vacation, so you have a lot of things to do around the house. Okay. All right, thank you for stopping by. All right, let's accept that, and let's just start the flight. Oh, okay, we're already flying. I didn't mean to do this. Okay, I didn't want to already be flying.
Luton, this is flight. Charlie, in combat sector. Over.
First engine emergency mode. All right. Can I... Who's this? All right, we are already not... We're already not flying with the squadron. Maybe you can revisit FSX one of these days? I'd have to. You know what's funny is I never had a joystick in FSX. All right, I guess we're flying this way. I've already lost my squadron, apparently. This is great. They said they're working on it supposedly this year. Oh, cool. All right, so we are flying across the English Channel. I was hoping that we would take off, but I completely forgot to change the setting that forces us to start in the air. All right, whatever. We will, all right, well, we'll just, is there I don't know, do I have a trim? I kind of wish that I could use my mouse and, like, click things. But unfortunately, this is not that kind of game. Yeah, hopefully it goes smoothly, yeah. Why is my squadron, like, not keeping up? I already lost them. Fun times. Alright, what are my camera controls? I don't know what my camera controls are. Alright, whatever. Combat mode. Why do I feel like this panel right here is about to, like, pop off? Like, do you see that? There we go. We also have a mirror right there. That's kind of nice. I'm so used to the Soviet campaign. The Soviet campaign, you don't have that. So that might be kind of nice. I need to know what my trim is. Because okay, so I mean, I guess I'm keeping it right there, but if I let go, it starts to pitch down. Like right there seems to be pretty good. All right, let's try and get back on course, shall we? Because we're a little bit to the left of the course line. And what is our altitude? We are at about 2,000 feet, it looks like. Let's not start descending. No autopilot in this thing. Alright, okay, I need to figure out some of the navigation in this thing. So we've got our course line here. Like, we're about to get on course. Is there a visual indicator on here for my course? Or is that not automatic? I don't know if that's automatic on this thing. Alright. I see land. There's France. Hopefully we don't get hit by anything. Nose down. Oh, I'm actually... Looks like I have a nose down altitude. Alright, okay. Oh, that's the trim right there. Yeah, see? If I could just trim up, that would be really helpful. So that's the fuel tank right there. Altitude. I need to climb back up. I was gonna say we're at 2,000. We're just above 1,000. Okay, we're almost back up at 2,000. That's obviously the horizon indicator. What's my speed? Do we not have like a compass on this thing? Okay, I don't know. We have an airplane to the right. Mateo might die. Okay, do you reckon we should take it out? Oh, we have two enemies. Well, that might not be good. I might die before we even get, off the ground here.
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the south. Range 6 miles. Out.
Charlie 2, engaging fighter to the south. High. Range 5.5 miles. Out.
Are they
Charlie
below me?
5, engaging fighter to the south. Range about 3.5 miles.
Where are they at?
Out.
Wow, they went.
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the south.
All right,
High.
let's.
Range about 4.5 miles.
Oh
Out.
gosh. All right, let's try and turn around. Now there is a way to listen to the German radio. Here, let me see if we can. Let's see if we can intercept these guys. I don't know if anybody's going to be intercepting these. Actually, it almost doesn't look like anybody's intercepting these. Okay, well maybe we won't. Okay, maybe it's not our problem. You know what? I'm just going to pretend it's not my problem. I'm going to pretend that that's not my problem, and we're just going to... Oh,
Charlie
gosh.
4, engaging fighter to the east.
Okay,
Range
well,
half
go
mile.
engage him. Have
Out.
fun.
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the northeast. High. Range half mile. Out.
Charlie 6, engaging fighter to the southeast. Range half mile. Out.
Is this... Where are these other planes? There's either planes below me or there's planes above me. Oh, there they are. That's my squadron up there. Oh, look at that.
Charlie
You can even
2,
see where I'm supposed to be.
engaging fighter to the northeast.
All
Range
right, here,
about
I'm
1
going to see if
mile.
I can
Out.
maybe climb up.
Charlie 5, engaging fighter to the
Yeah,
east.
that is my
Range
squadron
about
right
1
there.
mile.
Okay.
Out.
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the east.
I'm supposed to be
Range
the third
about
right there.
1 mile. Out.
Oh,
Charlie
Mateo.
6, engaging
Here,
fighter
let's see if
to
we
the
can,
north.
let's see if we
Range
can
half
kind of
mile.
get back into
Out.
formation here.
Charlie 4, engaging fighter to the northeast. Range about 3.5 miles. Out. Charlie 5,
All right, I need
engaging
to...
fighter to the northeast. Range about 1 mile. Out.
Why am I the third in the
Charlie
squadron
2,
here?
engaging fighter to the east. Range about 2 miles. Out.
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the east.
All right, let's see if
High.
we can, like,
Range
actually,
3 miles. Out.
fly in
Charlie
formation with these
6,
people.
engaging fighter to the northeast. Range 2.5 miles. Out. Charlie 4, engaging fighter.
I kind
to
of
the
like
north.
having them
Range
in front
3
of me.
miles. Out. Charlie.
Oh,
6,
look at those
engaging
rain
fighter
or the
to
cloud
the
effects.
northeast. Range
When we go through the
2.5
clouds,
miles.
that's kind of fun.
Out. Charlie 5, engaging fighter to
There
the
we go.
northeast.
Kind of flying in
Range
formation
3
here.
miles. Out.
There we go. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I was next to you guys the entire time. Hi, y'all. Watch. This isn't even my squadron. V2. It says V2 on the side of it. Oh, God. Woo! I almost just hit somebody. Oh, I think I almost just hit that guy. All right, let's get over to the left, shall we? I wonder if you can get arrested in this game. Like, let's say, for example, that we accidentally, like, take down one of our allies or something. Like, can we end up in prison? Is the game that detailed? Whoa. There we go. Whoa. Okay. It might help if I actually had my camera straight.
Charlie 6, engaging fighter to the northeast, low, range 3 miles, out. Charlie 2, engaging fighter to the east, low, range 2.5 miles.
All right, looks like 50% throttle is kind of good.
Engaging fighter to the east, low, range 2.5 miles.
Who is this Roland
out.
guy?
Charlie 4, engaging fighter to the east, low, range about 2 miles, out. Charlie 5, engaging fighter to the north.
Let's try and kind
low,
of get a little bit
range
closer
3
to this
miles,
guy.
out.
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the northeast, low, range about 1 mile, out.
Yeah, so there is something kind of
Charlie
weird with
5,
my controls.
engaging fighter
So
to the north, low, range 3 miles,
my throttle
out.
is
Charlie
reversed.
4, engaging
So what
fighter
should be
to the
full
northeast,
power is
low,
like
range
idle.
half mile, out.
Like, I'm pushing my throttle forward, and the engine is going down to idle. I'm pushing my throttle back, or pulling it back, and it's going to full power. So that's a little bit weird. We're
Charlie
in the clouds.
6, engaging fighter to the north, low, range about 2 miles,
Gosh.
out. Charlie
How do y'all keep your
5,
plane so steady?
engaging fighter to the north, range 2.5 miles.
Maybe I should have
out.
gone through the training.
Charlie
That'd be
4,
kind of fun if the
engaging
game
fighter,
like actually took you
range
through
half
like the
mile,
training course,
out.
you know?
Charlie 6,
Because my
engaging
backstory
fighter
says that
to
I
the
spent like a whole bunch of
northeast,
time
low, range
in
about 2 miles,
Canada,
out.
like training.
Charlie 6, engaging
And then
fighter
here I
to
am,
the east,
finally going into
range
the battle,
about
and
1
it's
mile,
like
out.
world's
Charlie
worst pilot.
5, engaging fighter to the northeast, range half mile, out.
Well,
Charlie 6, engaging fighter to the southeast,
okay.
range half mile, out.
All right, let's not. Come on, turn over to the
Charlie
right or
5,
left. There we go.
engaging fighter.
All right,
high,
we're almost
range
in
about
France.
1 mile, out.
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the northwest, high, range 2.5 miles, out. Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the northwest, high, range about 2 miles, out.
Charlie 4, engaging fighter to the north, range about 4.5 miles, out. Charlie 5, engaging fighter to the northwest, high, range about 1 mile, out. Charlie 2, engaging fighter to the north, high, range 5 miles, out. Charlie 6, engaging fighter to the northeast, range about 2 miles, out.
I wish I
Charlie
could see what
4,
their speed
engaging
is.
fighter to the north, high, range 5.5 miles, out.
All right. Welcome
Charlie
to
3,
France, y'all.
engaging fighter to the southwest,
Whoa.
range about
I
1
just need
mile,
to keep my
out.
eyes forward. Keep my eyes forward and use the guy to my left as
Charlie
as
5,
kind of like the
engaging
visual.
fighter to
It's
the
almost
south,
like marching
range
band
about
in
2
a way.
miles, out.
Because, you know, you're looking forward, and you gotta look, like, to your left and
Charlie
right as, like,
2.
a visual
Engaging
indicator.
Fighter to the north. Range 5 miles. Out.
Don't look to the right, because you look to the right, it's gonna mess you up a little bit. Whoa.
Charlie 5. Engaging fighter to the north. Range about
There we
2
go. We'll
miles.
keep it right there.
Out.
Alright, I'm gonna have to figure out
Charlie
trim.
5. Engaging fighter to the northeast.
Ooh, I don't know what that does.
Range 2.5
Oh,
miles.
zooms in, zooms out. Look at that. Okay.
Charlie 6.
There's a button on my
Engaging
throttle
fighter
that makes
to
it
the
easy to
northeast.
do all that stuff.
Range
That's cool.
5 miles. Out.
Okay, come on, stabilize yourself, Mateo. There we go. There we go. I mean, overall, I'm kind of sticking with them pretty good. Alright, I am almost kind of... Okay, I need to... Maybe it's like 54, maybe? Alright, welcome to France. I feel like we're a little bit low. I'm kind of surprised we're not getting hit with anything right now. Like, I feel like we should be hitting with... We should... English, Mateo. We should be getting hit with, like, flak of veering fire, maybe? Flat guns. I don't know. I would think that maybe they would be scrambling. I mean, it is 1944, but it's not like the invasion has even started yet. It's May. We've got, like, like a
Patrol the
month or
ground
so.
targets on your own. Out.
Oh, gosh. All right. All right, y'all. We're getting into it now. And we're breaking formation and hunting for our own targets. Okay, cool. Well, that makes things easier, doesn't it? Oh, gosh. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. There's nothing there. Oh, there's a plane right there. What? No, we did not. We did not pass the mission. Oh, Why are the airplanes parked out there? I would have thought they'd be, like, parked in the little, I thought they would have been parked in the, you know, the little, whatchamacallits for, you know, obviously protection. But no, the game was like... How do I drop bombs, by the way? I have a bomb, and I don't know how to drop it. Alright, hold on one second.
Charlie.
Let's pause the game for 2 seconds. I need to look at what the trim is. Keyboard, trim axis, left control Z and X. Okay, that's good to know. Left control Z and X, and then weapon controls. Alt space, bomb site V. Drop bombs container is B. Okay.
4. Engaging fighter. Range 5.5 miles. Out.
Oh, that did not work. That shot the gun instead.
Engaging fighter to the southwest. Range 6 miles. Out.
Is there anything else that I can shoot that looks a little more appealing? Well, maybe we should come in for that. Okay. I hit the wrong button and I accidentally shot my main gun rather than dropping the bomb. So let's come back around and try again. I will destroy a target on my first sortie. If Mateo can't destroy an airplane that's flying, certainly he can destroy something that's stationary. Oh, man, watch out. You do gotta be careful, because if you're not careful, you will blow up. Ooh, is that a bomber right there? Alright, I'm gonna... Let's see if we can... Oh, those have already been destroyed. Darn it. Why has everything been destroyed? Excuse me? They already destroyed everything, and I'm the only one here still. Okay. But you didn't leave anything for me, sadness. Okay, is there anybody that hasn't been destroyed yet that should be? Might be something right there we can do. I'm really surprised that there's... Oh, look at that. We got airplanes right there. Oh, but those might be broken up as well. Did everybody blow up? I guess everybody is gone.
Charlie, leader, I'm wounded.
Oh no, William Needham. Oh, we got a flak gun. Oh, crap. There's a flak gun down there. Can you shoot again so I can see where you were located? Might be that right there, actually. Alright. Oh. Oh, there he is. Okay, I know that those flak guns are working. They're trying to shoot me down. Trying to shoot me down. Oh gosh, that's a little scary. Oh! Did I drop it? I don't know if I dropped the thing. No, it doesn't look like I dropped it. Okay. So how do I switch? Okay, so that just does that. Alright, hold on. Let me see real quick. How do I switch what gun I'm using? Input controls? No, it's not input controls. Weapon group, alt space, bomb site, B. It says B is what it should be. Did I hit the wrong button? Oh, I may have already dropped it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Where did it go? Alright, where are you, Locke? Alright. Alright, Tavarishin. Sorry, wrong campaign. Alright, Jerry's. You just wait, I'm coming back around. I don't know, everybody left me. Apparently, I already dropped the bomb. I don't... You're gonna have to start singing, we didn't drop the bomb. It was always gone. Where are you, lot? You guys are right there. Okay. Lining up for a shot. Woo! Those blew up, and I don't know if it caught that. Are you guys alive? Oh, you guys are alive. Woo! Why do I feel like that didn't count? Alright, we're gonna see if we can destroy these people. Alright, Jerry's. Whoa! Oh, shoot. Wow, we just got hit. Maybe that's not a good idea. How bad is it? Not bad. I don't know where they're at. I lost. There we go. All right, let's get out of here. So we were hit. It doesn't look like we're badly damaged. So, all right, let's get out of here. I'm satisfied. I blew up 2 targets. I don't feel like that actually counted because it didn't say anything. I'm hoping it did. It's like, Mateo, you just destroyed the allies that are behind. Oh, look, there we go. That Mateo guy destroyed a Flak 38. Okay. And I also destroyed Searchlight. Nice. All right, let's get out of here. Oh. Look at our wing. What did I say that the trim was? Hold on. Final pause. What did I say that the trim was? Plane controls. Trim axis is Control Z, Control X. Okay. Okay, I am going the wrong way. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. Why am I losing engine power? Uh-oh. I think we're fine. Okay, yacht. Oh shoot, that's the yacht. Hold on. I don't think that's what I was looking for. Elevator trim, control cursor up, control cursor down. That's what I needed. Right control cursor up. Okay. Alright, let's get that back down to 0. What says cursor up, though? We should just have it set to... I should just have it set to that. Alright, whatever. Let's get back to base. Where are we going? We'll just fly straight. Alright, I will also try to climb up. Look at that. Our wing is battered to heck. Surprisingly, that wing isn't too bad. Might have a couple dents in there, but other than that, like, how is this wing so battered? So it says cursor up, but I don't know what that means. Because, like, I was trying to move it up when I did right control. But it doesn't seem to be doing it. Alright, this is the scary moment. Because right now we're flying over the water. And we gotta be careful. Because obviously when you're flying over the water... if we go down right now, it might be a little bit of a search. It's going to take a minute for them to find us, I think. Oh. I've lost my map. I'd like to keep the paper map up, just so we can kind of see where we're going. And I need to be over here. Oh, I need to be in that right course line there. All right. Reduce throttle, don't use combat engine and okay. Right, okay. So let's keep that. Let's keep it on 70. Right, because if you use the emergency engine and everything and you keep it on 100, you will destroy your engine. And I'm not sure if... I don't know if you risk the engine breaking mid-flight. Like, the engine can break mid-flight. I don't know if... But I don't know if, you know, keeping it on full throttle will end up breaking it before you get home. We'll just keep it where it is right now. Let's climb. Alright, turn a little bit to the left. And we'll keep following this course. We've got a minute until we're back home, so... I thought it said we were destroying a train yard. That was more of an airfield than a train yard. Or was I looking at the wrong target? Maybe I was looking at the wrong target. They're like, Mateo, you blew up things on the airfield. You weren't supposed to do that. I don't know. It said hunt for your own targets, so I hunted for my own targets. I destroyed the dangerous people. The people that were trying to shoot us down. And I think that everybody is back home now. They were like, hey, the mission's complete. And I stayed back to shoot some things because I was like, but I wanna destroy something. And everybody was like, all right, you do you, Mateo. Goodbye. Actually, is that them up there? Thought I saw something shiny. Oh, that might be that. No, that's a scratch on the windshield. Okay, never mind. Oh, I just realized I'm supposed to be on that left course line. Well, it's okay. It's fine. We'll just maintain the present track. And then where it intersects, we will turn to the northeast and just kind of follow the path. And there we go. Cool. Where are we going? Is that Southampton? That might be Southampton right there. I'm not too sure though. I'd have to look at the map. But that's around Southampton, I think. So perhaps we'll be over there somewhere. Alright, cool. Flaps must not be down or lowered at speeds above 160 knots. Okay. I'm assuming that we're flying at 250 knots right now. Is that really how fast we're flying? Or is that ground speed? How are we doing on fuel, by the way? If that's the fuel right there... If that's the fuel right there, we're doing relatively great on it. Whoop. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the trim wheel. I would just have the trim set to my, honeycomb. But I disconnected the honeycomb because I thought it was causing conflict issues. kind of looking around to see what we got here. Gallons of fuel. Ooh. Wait, is that... Okay, I'm off course. Is that... Are we almost, like, dead? Oh, we might almost be dead. We might be dead. Tail on ground. I really hope that that's not how much fuel we have, because if that's how much fuel we have, we're kind of dunskies. I don't know if we're going to be making it home. We're not even halfway there yet. If I'm not mistaken, on some of the Russian fighter aircrafts, they didn't actually have fuel gauges. I believe in the Battle of Stalingrad campaign, you fly the Yak-1. The Yak-1, there's also the MiG-3, and I don't believe any of them have fuel gauges. Should have gotten a little bit more fuel. As of right now, we're at about 2,500, 2,600. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit higher up. Fuel bottom tank only. Top tank is not gauged and contains 48 gallons. At takeoff, keep cock normally green. Okay, I see. So that's a fuel tank that's probably empty. Which means that we have two other tanks that have fuel now. So that's kind of okay. Alright, hopefully those two tanks have enough fuel to get us home. Because that would be bad if they didn't. Alright, we got 261 miles. 60 miles. Uh, 169 degrees. Oh, that's going down to that's going to France though. So we're gonna fly for about 13 minutes. Okay. I mean, going home already. 13 minutes, give or take. 169 degrees, 5,000 feet. Okay. Well, maybe we should climb up then. Let's see if we can climb up. Also, let's not stall it. We're going about 210 knots. Can I maybe get above the clouds? I'd like to try and get above the clouds, but I'm not sure if I can do. All right, there we go. We are now above the clouds. And I am a little bit off course. Let's try and get some speed back. Perhaps we can continue climbing a little bit more. Look at that. Beautiful. Right, maybe we can get up to 6,000. Alright, we are up at 6,000. Let's level off. And we'll leave that at 73, try and get some speed back. A little bit off course, which isn't necessarily the greatest thing. We're still climbing. I don't want to climb any higher. I'm not sure if we risk breaking our aircraft the higher we go, because I don't know how strong this aircraft is in terms of being able to take, the forces and everything. And obviously we have a damaged wing, so we got to be a little bit careful with that too. I'm climbing up to 7,000. I don't know if I want to be up that high. I don't want to be in combat mode either. That's nice to be above the clouds, though. Oh. Is my squadron right here? Is that my squadron right there? Look at that. Can you believe it? I've caught up with them. Did I really just catch up with them? No way they're the same people. I left like 20 million minutes after they did. I hope they are. I feel like they're not flying in a very good formation. Oh, I don't know what they're doing. Why are they like flying in like a whole bunch of circles and everything? Why are you guys like flying everywhere? Maybe this isn't my squadron. These are different people. Yeah, these might be different guys. I did hear that they are making an IL-2 Sturmovik Korea, so that might be kind of interesting. Fighter jets rather than. Oh man, we're climbing well above 7,000. Fighter jets instead of old World War II aircrafts. That'd be kind of fun. And I don't think there is a game that's based on the Korean War, so that would be kind of cool. Alright, what are y'all doing? You guys are just having a great time up here over the channel. Doing your things. Alright, we are still climbing. Alright, are there people below me, or are they... Oh, look at that. That is my squadron. Although they are way down there. They're way down there. Alright, hold on. Let's go down. Let's be with our friends. I'm gonna... Where are they at? Oh, there they are. Just doing some aerobatic moves through the clouds. That might not be the world's smartest thing. Alright, where y'all at? Crap, I think we're going a little bit quick. Alright, gotta be careful not to overstress the aircraft. And also, let's not stall it. There you all are. Although it doesn't help if I'm going into the clouds. Oh god, it's also not helpful if I'm nosediving into the ground either. Alright, where y'all at? I lost you. Oh, I lost them. Oh gosh. Alright, they are in front of me somewhere. They are in front of me somewhere. I think there's two guys really high above me. And then they are somewhere. So there's that guy. Maybe they're high up. I seem to have lost my friends. Do you know where friends are? There they are. I see them. They're off to my left. Look at that. There's England. We are almost home. We are almost home. Doesn't look like we lost anybody. Yeah, I don't think we lost anybody. So that's always a good thing. Some of these missions can get really hairy where, like, everybody dies. And you're like, wow, I made it home. Especially when you get into big firefights and stuff like that. Dogfights. Especially when you get into dogfights and stuff. That can get real hairy. Wait for me, friends. Somehow I was in front of you, and now I am yonder behind you. Excuse me. Hello, friends. It is great to see you all. Hello, mates. It's great to see you all. Ooh, you look like you might be on fire. Are you okay? Oh, look at that. He's got smoke. Ooh, I think he may have been hit. That guy never dropped his bomb. Huh. Gonna have to report you to headquarters for that one. How high are we at, by the way? Oh, we are at 3,000. Okay, so they fly at around 3,000. Wow, so I was real high up. Dang. How did I catch up with them? I'm kind of curious on this. Are they just the world's slowest pilots? I mean, we're flying at about 250 knots, give or take. And I was traveling at about that speed the entire time, and I left pretty late. It's like they slowed down. They were like, hey, 3's not with us. Maybe we should slow down for him. He's kind of slow. He likes to stay back and finish off the stragglers. Or they're like, actually, he thought we were bombing the airfield, not the train station. That's why he's still over there. I'm trying to get in front of this guy to my right. Because I should be in front of him. 4, I need to be in front of you. Stop going faster than me. Alright, let's keep this on. Woo! Getting a little bit close to this guy. Let's keep that on continuous. That. Hoop! Alright, looks like 71 might be the happy spot. Yeah, they're traveling at 250 knots, so... Because 250 knots, I think I'm keeping a good distance with him. So that's kind of nice. 250 knots. Yeah, see, because now we're kind of losing. Maybe we're not. Maybe I'm just unable to tell my distance. All right, we are not too far away now. We're maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes away, give or take. So it took about 20 minutes to fly across the channel. Now, landing is going to be another story because we are a tail dragger. Now, with tail draggers, you have a thing called three-point landings. It's a little bit different to landing your traditional nose wheel aircraft. Where, I mean, oh, sorry, that's not, I don't think that's the right thing. You know, the single, non-tail dragger aircrafts. I don't know what I'm saying. Bogner Regis. Oh my gosh, that guy's close to me. We got an airfield down there. Bogner. RAF Bogner down there. Alright, we're starting to lose. Yeah, see? 240 knots. Not the happy part. Not the happy sweet spot. Look at this town right here. Let's try and get back in formation here, shall we?
Waterbury, this is flight. Luton, flight requesting landing approach. Over.
Luton, proceed.
Luton,
we're turning?
Roger. Break off and land individually.
Okay. Which way are we landing? I'm assuming that we're landing, looks like we're landing from the east. Alright. How do I do radio communications? Hold on. Oh, no. Hold on. This is probably something I should know. Settings. Key mapping. Service. Take a screenshot. Show hide. Aiming help. Don't need aiming help. Flight leader controls. No. Turn to base. Alt-0. This is pilot head controls. Okay, wow, look at all this stuff. Wow. Okay. Gear down is G, Alt G, or just G, okay. Nose wheel brakes, Windows key /. Canopy open is right Alt C. Drogue parachute, okay. Cockpit light on off, formation lights on off. Target altitude increase. Eject. Control E. Don't want to press Control E. Okay, maybe there isn't a way to tell them I'm landing. Alright, unpause the game. Alright, should probably check flaps. Hold on, what's flaps? Flaps. Flaps down is F, Shift F. Okay. Alright, I need to be below. It says flaps must not be down or lowered above 160 knots. So let's start slowing down. Alright, we're low on our landing gear, and we're going to come in for a landing. Crap. Alright. This is going to be a really garbage landing, I can feel it. He's wanted me to
Waterbury,
retract
this
the
is
flaps.
Luton 3, requesting landing clearance. Over.
Luton. Affirmative. Cleared to land.
Hey, we got
Luton
landing clearance.
3, copy.
Okay, so I guess it's automatic then. That's kind of nice. Oh man, we got like a little bit of a crosswind going on here. My... Oh god.
Luton 3, I'm wounded.
Woo! Oh! Oh shoot. Ow. Ah.
Waterbury, this is Luton 3, landed. Over.
Luton. Clear the runway.
Luton 3, roger.
Okay.
Charlie, rejoin formation and continue with the mission. Out.
Alright, can I end the mission here? I can just finish the mission here, so let's finish the mission. Landing completed. I injured myself in the process. 51 minutes. I destroyed 4 armaments. That's not bad. I'll take it. Look at this. Wow. Look at my flight path. That was kind of ugly. Oh, man. This is when I went around a bunch of times, took out that target there, destroyed a searchlight, destroyed the flak gun. Nice. Cool. Did anybody get hit, by the way? I don't know if anyone did. I think if I hit finish, I can then see this. So that was today. I was awarded... Nope. Alright, we just gotta wait for it to finish. No, I was wounded in battle. Okay. I was wounded in my landing. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to go to the hospital then. And I have been awarded with the wound stripe. Okay. Oh, man, look at that. I've been taken out of that fleet. Aw, what a shame. Somebody destroyed a vehicle. Destroyed a couple trains. Destroyed 5 armaments in total. So I destroyed 4 of them. I am going to be in the hospital for a couple days, it looks like, because that landing may have hurt me a little bit. All right, let's proceed. Bomber escort mission in progress. Let's see how the squadron does during this mission. How did that go? We took down 1 aircraft. We took down an aircraft. That was it. And, of course, I'm going to still be wounded for this one, so that's great. Robert Ballantine was rewarded with the 2nd bar to the Distinguished Flying Cross. Hazel Dundas was awarded with the Distinguished Flying Cross. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. And out of everybody, I was rewarded with the Wound Stripe. I gotta just say, okay, I mean, I guess it's called the Wound Stripe. That's not the only medal. Like, I feel like to get wounded, that's a very just, like, stitched together, like, medal. It's like, here, slap some metal onto your... Okay, Wound Stripe. The practice of issuing golden braided wound stripes for injuries sustained in combat dates to World War I when the British Army Order 249 on July 6, 1916 authorized wounded stripes to be issued to soldiers and officers who had been wounded in combat since August 4th, 1914. The casualties haven't been wounded in gas attack or suffering from cell shock were qualified to receive the strip. Okay. There's no limit to how many wound strips a serviceman could receive. A red braid was often substituted to indicate any number of previous wound strips. Oh, cool. They were phased out in 1922, but reintroduced in 1944 for World War II. The British military discontinued the practice of issuing wound strips after the war, but Commonwealth nations continued issuing them for years afterwards. Okay, that's kind of neat. I like how this game kind of like tells the history of some of these things. It's kind of neat. Oh, look at this. Roundley was transferred to the 331 Squadron. Okay. That's kind of cool. All right, let's go to the next day. Look at how many days passed. It's now the 23rd. It's now the 23rd of May, and I'm out of hospital. Dudley has been transferred to the 605th Squadron. Look at that. I was in the hospital since... Was it... Oh, the 18th. Okay, I guess I haven't been in the hospital that many days. What did we do on the 19th? Did we do any... Oh, I was in hospital. So I don't even know what happened those days. All right. We got a bomber escort mission on the morning, and then later in the afternoon we have a bomb the bridge mission. Okay. Let's do the bomber escort mission and let's see what happens. I'm not a part of that, so I don't need to worry about blowing myself up. All right. Let's do this next mission. Bomb the bridge. And also, I'd like to see, is there a way for me to start on the ground? I'm just going to hit start mission. I think there's a setting that I can change where we'll start on the ground instead of the air. All right. Okay, so there's the bomb. Victor Zulu Yankee. No photo. Oh, look at that. Is that my mistress? All right, whatever. We'll have the photo. Okay, we'll accept that. I thought there was a way that I could change this so that we start on the ground. No, I don't want to finish the mission. Okay, whatever. Maybe I missed it then. All right, I'll have to go check then. Okay. All right, let's go. So we are actually flying right to there, so it shouldn't be that far of a flight. Oh, look at that. Oh, well, that might be nice. Let's unpause.
Rabbit, this is Flight. Charlie, in combat sector.
Oh,
Over.
crap. I gotta let the dog out. My dog is barking right as I start the mission. All right, I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. Let's carry on. I think I accidentally pushed a button I wasn't meant to. Because we have time scale on half right now. How do I not do that? Camera free. I feel like it'd be under service. How did I change the time scale? Maybe a plus would do it? No? Centered quick view. Okay. Alright, hold on. What is this I'm looking for? It's... Let's see if we can figure out how this works. Oh, crap. I just turned off the engine. Hold on. Let's not do that. Mikey, welcome back. It's still downloading. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 will take probably, like, the next day to install. Because it, like, installs the entire game into your computer. Alright. So, after spending some 5 days in hospital, we're back. Because, yeah, that was a fun time.
Rabbit, this is Flight. Charlie, in combat sector. Over.
Alright. And now, apparently, the first flight was successful. Nice. Want to see your emergency landing in the A350? Sure. Why are you not... Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, first flight here was not all that successful. Whoa, we have a flare going off to the left. First flight was, I mean, it was successful until we landed. I ended up in the hospital for 5 days, you know, I mean, that was fantastic. Hey! Oh my god, we're gonna hit this guy. Woo! Slow down. Slow down. Why am I at the rear? Like, I don't want to be at the rear. Ooh, look at that beautiful coastline right there. The brass doesn't need to know your injuries were self-inflicted. Okay, there we go. Now we're in the right place. How fast are they going? Am I in a different aircraft? No, I'm in the same aircraft. I thought I put a picture on here. My mistress. She's not on here, apparently. Whoa! Okay, apparently I'm not in the back. Am I supposed to be between these two guys? I think I'm supposed to be between... Yeah, I'm supposed to be between them, I think. Okay, I thought... Oh, no, I'm not in the... Okay, no. No. All that damage was totally caused by an attack on the airbase? Okay. So, I'm not at the rear of the squadron. We're kind of... I mean, we are near the tail end, but... I guess... I don't know, we're more towards the middle, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's more towards the middle. Alright. Alright, let's not, like, fly past everybody. Alright, we'll keep it right there. Seems to be maintaining speed pretty good. They're flying at 250 knots, so it's good to maintain that. There we go. Alright, so a little bit of a shorter flight over. That's not the port of Calais. It's kind of to the south of it, I think. Alright, almost halfway there already. You sent me the emergency. You had to automatically bring to where. Oh, okay. Sounds good. I'm hoping that we can do some dogfighting in this one. Because right now we're just destroying a bridge, apparently. And like I'm hoping that we can kind of get, you know, attacked. Can we have some real enemies? Mateo, you can't land your aircraft without ending up in the hospital. You want to attack, like, living enemies? You'll shoot your eye out, kid! What would it be in the plane? You'll shoot your wing off, kid. You'll Top Gun? Maybe. Top Gun World War II. This is what this is. Alright, we're going 260 knots, and I feel like we're actually keeping up with them. Maybe they sped up. They might have sped up a little bit. Oh man, I'm just all over the place. I'm trying to stay in formation with these guys a little bit. Like, I need to figure out, like, how to... Oh, I am now going a little bit quicker. Okay, starting to kind of... Alright. I'd like to not fall behind. Top Gun Maverick and Sully are your favorite aviation movies? Yeah. You don't know if I watched them? I watched Sully, I think. But I haven't watched Top Gun Maverick, believe it or not. I haven't. I watched... So, when it comes to, like, military-related movies and stuff like that, I watch a lot of World War II movies. And in terms of aviation, I watched one that was about the Polish forces within the British RAF. Came out a couple years ago. It's a good movie. And then another one came out probably, oh gosh, over 10 years ago. It was about American pilots. I'd like to see if I could watch that one again. It's been a really long time. I don't even remember what it's called. All right. So close, yet so far away. I think that's France right up there. You can kind of see it right on the horizon there. Right up there, you can kind of see it coming into view there. It's about 80% downloaded. Oh, nice. Is this me? This is me. Oh man. Oh, it's really hard to fly. It's really hard to fly third person. Woo! It's really hard to fly third person. Why do I have a bomber cam? I don't want help. I don't appreciate that little blip right there. Am I supposed to be... I'm supposed to be here, right? That's... It's not easy to fly in third person in this game. Note to self, just remain in first person and everybody will survive. Alright, how in the world do I turn off that little bomber thing down there? You see, that right there shows where the bomb will fall if I was to drop one right now. Oh, I got it? What do you mean? Huh. Okay, we're about to, like, pass this guy. There's a movie about World War I or II. You're not sure. It's based on a true story about saving a dog. I think I heard of that one. gosh. Well, now we're really far away from them. I'm trying not to hit this guy. Okay. I'm trying not to hit the people to my left and right. That would obviously be helpful. Trying to find the name. Oh, you got it. What's the name of it? Sergeant Stabby, an American movie follows Stubby's journey from a stray in New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, nice. It came out in 2018. Computer animated film based on a true story of Stubby. Kind of wish we had autopilot. Technically, we do have autopilot, but I don't think these planes had him in real life. So I'm not going to use it. We're going to be realistic. We're going to practice our flying skills. Stubby was a stray dog who became a decorated hero in World War I by serving with the 102nd Infantry Regiment. Oh, nice. All right, there's France way in front of us, allegedly. Oh man. Okay, we're going a little bit too quick. Kind of passing everybody now. Woo, God. Okay, don't panic. Let's just ease ourselves down. There we go. It's a little bit scary when you lose formation because you got people to your right. You sent me a picture? Okay. I will have a look at it in a bit. Man. Oh, there's the picture. Did I not notice that that picture was there? My mistress. The lady of the house. It's actually awesome, yeah. There's one that I watched. Gosh, I don't remember the name of it now. It was a Soviet. Well, not. Was it? I don't know. No, it was. Oh, I don't know when it came out. I think it was a newer movie about what they called children of the regiment during World War II. So in the Soviet Union, obviously the Soviet Union was getting battered by the Germans, and there were a lot of children that ended up, losing their parents in various different ways. And a lot of them would be adopted by soldiers, Soviet soldiers, who were kind of like moving through the area, And there's the story of a boy who's regarded to be the youngest soldier, in a way, in World War II. And he was known as the son of the regiment, I think. He was a 6-year-old boy who was adopted by the commander of this group in the Soviet military, this regiment, and he basically followed them. It's kind of a neat little story. Woo! I was keeping it fine until I started thinking about the game again, and then suddenly everything went bad. Did you used to fly planes like without GPS and FSX? No. No, I don't remember. I don't remember how I flew planes. The A320, so I have the Aerosoft A320. If I fly FSX, that'll be, oh my gosh. If I fly FSX, we'll be in the Aerosoft A320. I mean, technically, okay, so the people that have been playing flight sims since like the very early days, like pre-FSX days, those guys flew without GPS. But no, in FSX they did have GPS. I think really the only thing that they didn't really have much of was probably physics. FSX obviously releasing in what, 2006? You know, really doesn't have much in terms of like wind. Making you feel old over here? My bad. No, I mean like, you know, the FS, you know, the flight sims from like the 1990s, that kind of thing. FSX was my first flight sim. I bought it in like 2015. Oh no, it had to be before then, like 2013, 2014. And it probably wasn't until maybe 2016 or 2017 that I actually like started getting into it. And you started with FS98. Oh, nice. That's cool. But yeah, and I will just say that I don't know how I flew so well in FSX. I didn't have a joystick. I used the mouse yoke, which was the thing back in FSX. If you did Control Y, you would enable the mouse yoke, and then you could steer your airplane with your mouse. And then I never set up my plane correctly. I never did. I didn't. I didn't set my plane up correctly. I kind of halved it. Actually, that might be a lot of fun. I should load up FSX, play it one of these days. Your first Microsoft Flight Simulator called FS1. FS 1.0. Ooh. FS 1.0 was released in 1982. You believe your dad has a copy of FS2 somewhere, but you've never played it, yeah. All right, welcome to France. Welcome back to France. We're supposed to...
Patrol for ground targets on your own.
Out.
Okay.
Charlie 4. Engaging fighter to the east. High. Range 6 miles. Out.
We've got some fighters, apparently.
Charlie 6. Engaging fighter to the east. Range 5 miles.
Okay,
Charlie
so we've got
2,
some stuff
engaging
below us.
Fighter to the northeast. High. Range about 4.5 miles. Out.
Wow, look at that big building. All right, we're going to scan for targets. There's the bridge right there. Oh, my. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Oh, you all blew that up already. You stole my kill. Do you like how you made like a 7-hour flight in 3 hours? Flying the Concorde over there. Why did you all blow up the targets I was going for? Where, what am I looking for? I'm looking for... Oh! Okay, did I drop it? I dropped the bomb, oh, there we go, it blew up. That's nice. I hate how good... See, this is the thing about not dogfighting. Oh, there everybody is. What? Look at how close that blew up to the thing. Whoop! Jeez, that was close. I love how maneuverable this airplane is. Who's shooting me? Who's shooting me and why? Fun fact, Delta operates the world's largest 757 fleet. Nice. Are you a target? No, you're just a random... Oh, crap. Somebody was shooting in the sky, and I don't know where they were. Well, look at all those people. Are those enemies? No, those are allies. All right, so we got 2 guys right there. I destroyed those 2 targets. Oh, look at those guys. Completely missed those people. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Continuous mode. Oh god, I've been hit. Am I out of ammo? I might be out of ammo. Oh gosh, we're all banged up on the left wing there. Okay, getting shot. I destroyed a flak gun. There we go, good enough. Oh no, we still have ammo. How much ammo do I have? Oh, I have a little bit of ammo left, actually. Should I be cocky and go back around, or should we call this a day? There's those, oh, I thought that was somebody shooting. There's another set of dudes somewhere. Those guys right there. You feel like you don't know? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna... All right, we might blow ourselves up. We might be a little bit cocky doing this. Woo! I don't think I got him. That was close. I'm out of ammo now, so that's great. Ooh, actually, I still have a Browning gun, but I don't think I should be that cocky. I think that's a little bit cocky of me. We got some guys over there. Oh, what are you? Are you like vehicles or things? I destroyed a searchlight. All right, let's use. Woo, mama. Okay, I'm getting out. All right, I'm getting out. We only have 64 bullets. You were like, why don't you hear the GWS? It's not. Oh yeah, this plane isn't techie. Actually, some of these old like World War I and World War II aircrafts were surprisingly like techie. in a way, like mechanically techie. So some like World War I aircrafts had guns that shot through the propellers. You know, we've got the little turbine, the propeller spinning in front of us, and they were actually timed so that when the guns would shoot, it would shoot between the blades and not on the blades, which is kind of interesting. I heard that from somewhere. I don't know how true that is, but it was kind of interesting. It's like, huh. All right. Let's see if we can find our squadron. Where are we going, by the way? We are going that way. Why are we going all the way over there? I just want to go straight. Let's just go straight. Oh, look, there are my mates. They're off to our left here. Well, let's fly with the mates. Let's be safe. If we go down, at least they'll see us go down. Got dirt on my screen that I really need to clean. It's hard to tell what's an airplane and what's just dirt. Like why? There's like a dot. There's a couple dots where those airplanes are on my screen, and it looks like an airplane. And it's like, no, the airplanes are right there in front of us. Alright. I wonder why it's having us go this way. So who are all those people that are flying above us? We got those people to the top there. You know, we got those guys up there. And then down below is my squadron. You can see there's a hole where I should be flying. I wonder who that is. It's kind of interesting. Do we have, like, fighter pilots maybe following us? Maybe we've got, like, a fighter squadron or something? They're just kind of defending us? Kind of interesting. Flying at about 270 knots. Just a little over, I think. Let's see if I can maybe gain some altitude here. Let's see if maybe we can speed up just a little bit. 280. I'm not sure if I'm going to catch up with these, with my squadron here. They're a little bit far away from me. Man, look at the damage on this wing. First they had to replace this wing. Now they got to replace this wing. And very soon they might have to replace the pilot flying. This allowed bullets to pass through the rotating blades, a technology crucial in World War I. Yep. Kind of crazy how they were able to do that. A synchronization gear, or interrupter gear, a mechanism that timed the machine gun to only fire when the propeller blades were not in front of the barrel, yeah. Do you know if you're streaming Microsoft Flight Sim tomorrow? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I gotta fix some things. I think the weather's supposed to be good. I gotta fix a muffler on the same car that I was working on last week because there's an issue. It's making a lot of noise, and the family member is reporting that there's like a smell in the inside the vehicle. So I'm thinking I need to replace, there's like a little gasket, I think, and I think I need to replace that. I probably should have done that. So I gotta get that fixed. It's not gonna be that hard. And then, we'll just have to see. I don't know if I have anything else planned. I think it is supposed to rain tomorrow. Oh my gosh, we are... Whoa, why are we suddenly climbing? Why is everybody climbing all of a sudden? Whoa. Hello, everybody. Are we climbing for a reason? Is it because I suddenly made it to the squadron? They were like, hey, he's here. Let's climb. It's crazy how they did that. The time such a blade, like a fraction of a second. Yeah. Mechanical stuff is kind of neat. I've got to work with the timing on a square baler, which is going to be just a very fun time. I am looking forward to it. Not because if I get the timing wrong, it is a very expensive problem to fix. It's a very expensive problem, which is why I want to replace the square baler. I had a chain break on the baler last year, and now it's out of time. It's going to be a fun time. 97% done downloading. Nice. I still have bullets, apparently. I still have ammunition. But yeah, this baler that I have, it's from the 1960s, Massey Ferguson 12. It's great. It does its job, but 135 gigabytes. Wow. But yeah, between the 1960s and the 1970s, square balers became like they became way more advanced. And I'm looking for one from the 70s. I think it's a New Holland 263 or 273. There was one for sale really close to me, and I didn't see the listing until after it had already sold. But those balers are just so much better. And I would like to upgrade it eventually. So we'll have to see. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to use this baler for this year, because I don't... Unless I can suddenly find something that's like really close. But we'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah, I gotta fix the timing on it between the feeder arms. That's not what they're called. I call them feeder arms and the plunger.
Charlie 3, engaging
Is that
fighter
people
to
flying
the
over the
southeast.
channel?
Low.
Oh, we got
Range
people
about
following us.
3.5 miles. Out. Charlie 3, engaging
We
fighter
got people
to the
following
southeast.
us.
Low. Range about 3.5 miles. Out.
Charlie 4, engaging fighter to the east. Low.
Okay,
Range
at
about
least the
3.5
people that are
miles.
above us are doing
Out.
the fighter
Charlie
stuff.
2, engaging fighter
And it's not
to the
us, 'cause I don't
east.
have ammo.
Low.
I don't think
Range
anybody here has
3
ammo.
miles. Out.
Well, actually, am I the only one that strafed a couple of ground targets?
Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the southeast. Low. Range 2.5 miles. Out.
Charlie 5,
I've lost my
engaging
squadron.
fighter to the east. Low. Range about 4.5 miles. Out.
Charlie 2, engaging fighter to the southeast. Low. Range 2.5 miles. Out. Charlie 3, engaging fighter to the northeast. Low. Range about 1 mile. Out.
It's crazy how Long Island Railroad service is suspended.
Charlie
It's MTA,
5,
one of the largest and
engaging
oldest transportation
fighter to
systems in
the
the world. It's the
southeast.
police.
Low.
Yeah.
Range about 1 mile. Out.
Oh.
Charlie 6, engaging fighter to the east.
Go!
Range 3 miles. Out.
Okay, that was my mistake. That was my mistake. No! No, but I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't die, though. I didn't die. 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 No, Mateo did not die. He did not die. He didn't die. I noticed that I was really far away, and then I ended up turning. It's okay. I didn't die. Look. I didn't die. Look. I promise you, I did not die. Look, I didn't die. We're going back. Look. They found me. They found me and they followed my fellow pilot. Look at that. Boom. See? We're still alive. We're still alive. Okay. I would replay that, but I'm not going to have enough time to replay it. Sadness. All right. Well, this was IL-2 Sturmovik. Mateo crashed. Man, I do enjoy this game. I do enjoy it. I'll have to play this one off screen, and then next time when we come in, we'll carry on to the next mission. maybe what I'll do is I'll play the mission, and then we'll come back on stream and we'll land, kind of like we already did everything. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alrighty. Well, with that said, I am gonna have to end stream because I will not have enough time to continue on. Mateo Coralie will continue. That sucks. Look at this. IL-2, so they're making IL-2 Korea. We're glad to announce that our giant project is closer to its conclusion. Early access will start in spring, and official release is scheduled for Q2 2026. IL-2 Korea. So fighter jets and stuff. That will be kind of nice. Emergencies in the A350 are crazy. It tells you everything. Yeah, that is kind of cool. I'll have to keep my eye on this, because if there's another game that I played and I don't remember what it's called. Oh shoot. And if you lost both engines while you're in trouble, it tells you how long you can glide for. Oh, cool. Yeah, there is, shoot, I need to keep on that screen. The game's going to be lagging because I am tabbed out, and this game is a little bit weird when you're tabbed out. You know what? We'll just exit the game. It's gonna bother me. I need to figure out what this game is called. Ace? Is it called Ace Fighter Pilot? Ace something? I played it years ago. Maybe we should play it again. I never finished it. It's something. Let me see. Ace. Oh, Ace Combat 7. This one here. I played it in 2021. Check it out when you know. Check it out when you can. Yeah. So this one isn't it's story driven, but it's not career driven. So whereas in IL-2 Sturmovik, you can you create a pilot, and then you like level yourself up. What am I trying to say? IL-2 Sturmovik, you start off as like a basic private, right? You start off as like a nobody. And as you play the game, you start, doing stuff, getting kills, ranking up your pilot, getting promoted, that sort of thing. This game's not really that. It's more if Call of Duty was a flight sim. Okay, it's kind of more like that. But anyways, maybe we'll have to try that one out at some point. I never finished it, but I did enjoy it. And then I think I started playing IL-2 Sturmovik. I don't think I started playing that until 2022 or 2023. Yeah, I don't know. But if IL-2 Sturmovik makes a game about Korea, that'll be a lot of fun. We'll have to definitely try that out. But anyways, I will be back. If I'm not back tomorrow, I will be back on Tuesday with Halo, because we have finished. Last played November 1st, 2021. I hadn't even been out of high school for a year yet at that point. That feels like yesterday. It literally feels like yesterday. I can't believe that I graduated high school like 5 years ago already. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. But anyways, we finished Half-Life on Thursday. So Aqua and I will be moving over to Halo, I believe. So that'll be fun. I've never played Halo. Just like I haven't played. It's going to be you soon, yeah. Yeah, I will say this. My first year being out of high school was really weird. And then I kind of did some reflecting this last year. And I realized things were better after high school. And I don't know if it's because maybe it's because I was from a tiny school, okay? And the thing is that everybody like knows everybody, right? And everybody has this like personality, And if you don't fit into that personality, your life in school is going to be hell. And it was a terrible thing. Like the last 2 years of high school were just terrible. And I think that's why I enjoy doing this. That might be why I made my community, because I don't know. It's just, look, you don't do YouTube if you were popular in school, okay? You don't do this if you were the popular one. But yeah, anyways, I will be back Tuesday with Halo, and then we're going to be continuing the CES on Thursday, assuming that everybody's there. So, alrighty. Good luck to everybody who's finishing school, taking tests, all that good stuff. And I will be around, as I said, on Tuesday. I'm going to put my HOTUS away. See ya. Have a good one, Mikey. See y'all around.